The property investor journey is a very predictable one. In fact, after working with hundreds of clients over the last 8 or 9 years, what I've noticed is that every single obstacle, issue, challenge, struggle that tends to come up is inevitably what everybody else is dealing with during that period of time when they're going through the same phases. And what I've done is I've created a framework which really breaks down the investor journey into 5 distinct phases, starting off with what I call the starter phase, the call to adventure. You see the possibilities, you see what's available to you. It's very exciting, but you lack knowledge and you lack wisdom in terms of how to get to the end goal. And so what tends to happen is that once you realize that you've got enough saved up for a deposit, or that you could potentially refinance some equity out of your principal place of residence, you then set off and buy a property. The problem is that most investors buy the wrong types of property, and they end up in the second phase, which is what I call the abyss. It's where you get stuck for a very long period of time. You lack borrowing capacity. You lack, cash flow. You've got a cash flow drain on your own personal finances to keep propping up your portfolio. And, you've got very limited opportunity to really maximize the value and then add that value to the properties that you've got to then keep moving forward to the next stage. The stage after that is the accumulation phase. And typically, what I've noticed is that the investors that can jump and leapfrog the abyss phase and go straight into accumulation and start accumulating a portfolio of the right types of properties, they tend to get to the pinnacle phase, which is the last phase after you've got through consolidation, where you then have a portfolio of at least 2.5 million in net assets, $150,000 or more in positive cash flow, and you're doing it in 5 years or less. There's more fun, more flexibility, and a heck of a lot more freedom by doing it that way. But it's really about being able to identify how you can avoid the abyss, which is the real challenge. And so think about it in terms of, it's just a simple set of phases. You're going to face exactly what every other property investor has faced along that journey and who's been able to achieve similar results to what you want to achieve. And you've just got to get the understanding and the framework to be able to get the path of least resistance to the end goal.